Hi, this is Carmen Ramirez. I have gotten the opportunity to interview Barbara Macri-Ortiz, a person who intimately was involved with the farm worker struggle all over the country. Knew Cesar Chavez was one of his main people in organizing, and later headed up the legal department, and got her law degree, and I've seen it, and it's actually signed by Cesar Chavez. So we're so proud to know you, and congratulations on all of the great things you've done. I know it hasn't been easy. So Barbara, tell us what it's been like to see this movie and to reminisce about your life, our lives.
Well, it's really exciting. When you see a movie that kind of walks through history, the history that you walked through, it really is exciting. Seeing the different events in the union and how they have played out over time, the struggle in terms of the decision of Cesar to actually walk away from Oxnard and the CSO in order to be able to serve farm workers more directly. And the organizing and some of the jokes in there was really hit home. Most of the characters people remember, particularly the Filipino brothers, who had struggled a lot in the early days. And when they showed those, the real film of scenes in Delano with those Filipino brothers, it really was very, touching for me. It brings a tear to my eyes because I remember all those guys. I worked with all those guys, and their struggle was a unique one, and one that kind of was a disgrace to the country, the way the Filipinos were treated. And then seeing, it's kind of difficult to see these actors be, Dolores Huerta and Helen Chavez, and I used to get together with Helen every Friday, and we would have our own little women's talk with a cold one, and just all those years and how people stayed together and how they were able to capture some of that. I saw the movie Friday in Spanish. I'm looking forward to seeing it in English. I was at the signing when they had the signing of the contracts. I was there witnessing that. So it's really exciting to.
For me, I was participating in the boycott in East LA when I was going to school there, and was very involved, and went up to Salinas and a couple of the other places. And I knew people who worked for the UFW, and I was just amazed at their dedication and the sacrifice. But one of the things that really got me in the film was seeing that how our leaders, Ronald Reagan and Richard Nixon, plotted against the people who are doing the most important work to feed the nation. It really brought it back, and they sometimes there's history that says these guys were really good, but we saw it on film today.
Ronald Reagan was a horrible governor for farm workers, and they did everything. During the days we had food stamps around the country, we did not have food stamps in the farm worker areas. They gave the commodity food while the harvest was there. The minute the harvest was over, they pulled away the food and chased the people out of town. And I saw that over and over. It was.
So Barbara, you spent a lot of time working on this, your life, really your career, working with this particular constituency mostly, and also we know that things aren't that terrific now. Would you have a comment on that?
Well, we went through a law that was a promise, and we had a beginning, and then we lost the governorship, and then we had a couple of decades of Republicans, and that meant bad appointments to the LRB, to the General Counsel, and the law actually for a period of time when I was working in legal was being used against farm workers. Now it's kind of exciting because we're seeing the upswing. My apprentice is a regional attorney for the ALRB here in Oxnard. That's very exciting. And it's even harder for farm workers today because so many of them are undocumented that even though they have rights under the law, they have minimal rights on anything. Just for an example, we're talking about the drought and how there's probably going to be 4,500 acres of strawberries that is not going to be grown in October. And, they're talking about how they're going to hold up the growers. But for the farm workers, you know, especially the undocumented, they don't even get unemployment insurance. It is going to be really, really hard in this.
Well, I think it really takes all of us to know where our food comes from, what it takes to get there, what it really costs, what's the true cost, and that includes adequate, affordable housing, decent living conditions, education for the children of farm workers, and just respect. Basically.
Dignity. It's the struggle, as far as I've seen it forever, it's about dignity, number one. And being able to be sitting at the table with your employer and just to have a say in your life and the lives of your children. So
that says it all.
That struggle will continue.
Struggle will continue. Thank you.